The Girls Club, 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 The Girls Club. It's my club and I'm a girl, yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Girls Club. I'm your president, Emily. And today, I was just thinking, like, every week in this club, we talk a lot about nothing. And I'm thinking, how could we do a club meeting that is beneficial for the greater we? You know what I'm saying? Teach us a little something about a something. So today I thought, how about a real club meeting that has substance where we all walk away learning something, And I was like, well, that sounds good to me. So today I thought, fun facts. Today's club meeting, keep it together, is all about the facts, you see. It's all about the facts, and we're going to keep them fun. Because in the news recently, a lot of facts have come out, right? And the way that the powers that be are trying to shape these facts is to have them seem as if they are allegations, as if it's been tampered with, as if it's something that's not true or false or whatever. And I am under the guise that we are being taken for stupid. And that's something that I know I am not. I know I'm not stupid, and I know you're not stupid. And so today I thought, in honor of us not being stupid, in honor of us knowing the facts and, seeing what the facts are. And if you're wondering, what is she talking about? Why is she being so conspicuous? What's going on? I'm talking about the Epstein files with Trump sucking off fucking Bubba. I'm talking about the distraction that the masses are trying to put on us, when in the reality is we are seeing the facts in front of our faces, and we've been knowing this for years now. I do declare. That's the accent I'm sticking with now, or rather Georgian governor sound. I don't know. I've only been to Georgia a handful of times. I can't lie. I do live in Tennessee, but haven't made my way downtown. Haven't made my way over to Georgia very much. So I just thought, in honor of us not being fucking stupid, and in honor of us knowing what we know, I just thought, let's keep the education train a chugging along, and the chug. Oh god, you guys remember that weird short thing that they used to play on Disney Junior, or it was Playhouse Disney? Is that what it was called? And it had that cunty train conductor. She was so cunt. She was so cool. I loved her. And she was saying, all aboard the choo-choo train, all aboard the choo-choo train, all aboard the choo-choo train, chug-a-chug, chug-a-chug, woohoo. Yes, I remember her. A queen of education herself. I think you learned things on that. Yeah, I remember that like it was yesterday. But yeah, the whole Epstein thing coming out with Trump sucking off Bubba. And then I've heard people be like, no, Bubba's not Hillary Clinton's husband, Bill Clinton. Bubba is a horse. And I'm like, duh? Ooh. They don't want to let that one out. And I'm like, girl, I don't know what it is. All I know is he's sucking off something. And that something is Bubba, okay? Yeah, just look it up. Hashtag look it up. I'm not going to talk about it because I really, I do give a fuck because I think it's insanity. And I also think it's just I don't know, all of it, everything going on with our government, to me, is just a fucking joke. It has been a joke. It will be a joke until these fuckers are out of there. So at this point, it's every additional bit of madness that comes out, I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised, I'm not flabbergasted by any means. We all knew this hoe was on the list. We all it's been known, and we all knew that where there's wealth, there's also disgusting tomfoolery and horrendous crimes and these victims have been talking for fucking years about how shitty all this was. I just think it's insane that our president of our country is a rapist, is a felon, is a scammer, is a bully, is a pig, is fucking ugly, is fat as shit. I could go on. But yeah, so that being said, let's talk about some fun facts, because if I go there, I can't come back. I can't come back from the negativity that will divulge, right? So we gotta go positive. I've been having fun these last couple club meetings, y'all. I've just been keeping it light, keeping it airy, keeping it fun, keeping it fucking, you know. Let's keep it light, flirty, fun, and fucking yeah. All that being said, a couple of housekeeping things. I was going back and forth on this. I didn't know what I was going to do, but then I just decided earlier this week that I'm going to be taking the week off next week. There will be no club meeting next Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, because the main reason is I'm just going to be out of town starting on Sunday, and I do not have a computer that I can edit on when I'm not at my house. My laptop is 10 years old and cannot handle Adobe Premiere Pro software on it, so I just quite simply can't edit on it. So that being said, there will be no podcast next week, aka club meeting. But the bright side, I did make a YouTube video. What? I know, crazy. I said a couple weeks ago that video would be going out on the 21st. As of right now, that's still the plan. However, it probably won't go out till the end of the day. So yeah, sorry about that. I just still have to finish filming it, and I don't have time to do that tonight. And I probably won't get to film the ending until Friday. So it's going to have to wait to go out until the end of day on the 21st. So yeah, there's that. But that being said, there is a piece of content to watch. So yeah, go check that out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already, so you don't miss that video. It's a fun one. Yeah, I can't really describe it. I don't know how. It's just an idea that I had. And let's just say it's very random. Random dancing. Hi, Carly. These are the shows that shaped us. But yes. Okay, I guess before we get into our random facts, is there anything else that I had written down? I guess one thing in the sense of the sound of sadness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. La, da, 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 da. There is something kind of sad that I learned this week. Yeah. So apparently, Google, you know, the internet thing. Yeah, apparently AI has gotten so good that Google now cannot detect the difference between AI generated content and real content. And what I mean by that is, like, so up until really recently, if you were to write like a blog post or just like copy content, which just means like written content on like a website or whatever, Google would be able to distinguish the difference between like AI and like real content that is written from a human being. And so when it would like crawl your website, which means like it scans basically everything that's on your website, and it tells its algorithm based off of like the keywords you use and stuff like that, like how often these keywords come up. So then it ranks you on like Google's search page, right? So when you search something and something pops up and it's like the first 10 pages on the first page of Google, like that's where you want to be, right? Like that's the goal. Okay. So before, because AI wasn't as good, because it was, you know, not as advanced as it is now, it was able to distinguish what was AI and what wasn't. So when somebody would write a blog post and they would just use AI to write it, Google wouldn't recognize that. So it would say like, hey, this is AI generated. I'm not going to like use this in my like database to help rank this because this is obviously like not good content to be promoting. If that makes sense. Like I'm trying to keep this very like general for people who don't work in like marketing and stuff because it's very confusing, and algorithms in general are just fucking confusing because they're all fucking different. And they all want different things and whatever. But generally for websites, like the reason like all these websites have blogs, you're like, nobody's reading blogs. Everybody knows nobody reads blogs, right? People don't write blogs generally on websites for people to read. It's for Google's algorithm to read for SEO purposes, which means search engine optimization. So you rank higher on websites. It's so convoluted and stupid. And that's why marketing, like as a field and stuff, gets kind of like shit on a lot for being like a waste of like company dollars and stuff, because you do a bunch of work like that, right? Like you write a bunch of shit nobody's ever gonna read. You make a bunch of videos nobody's ever gonna see. You do a bunch of stuff that quote doesn't matter, but it does matter to get your website ranking, to therefore get people to know who you are and to want to do business with you. So it's like, it sucks, but that's the reality. Okay, up until recently, let's get back to it. You couldn't just put out an AI written article, because Google would be like, okay, this isn't made by a human. We're not going to promote this. However, now generative AI has gotten so good at like sounding human and sounding real and writing stuff that is flowing in the way that actual people would write, that now Google cannot distinguish between like a true written piece and something that is 100% generated by AI. And what that means, which is really sad and really, upsetting and a million other things, is the whole internet is becoming an echo chamber of, and not to say that this didn't already exist before, right? Because like in a certain sense, like the same ideas are going to be kind of like circulated 1,000,001 times, right? You search something, this is going to come up, you pull inspiration from that, you write your thing and add a couple things, and then the cycle goes on and on and on. So it's not like this is anything that hasn't happened before. However, now because Google is not punishing you for not using any original content, no new content will be made. It's all going to just be the same thing recycled over and over and over and over and over, because all generative AI is, because it's not actual AI. It's literally just like codes and like copy paste machine. All it's going to be is everything that currently exists. It's just going to be an echo chamber of pre-existing ideas and content and concepts and talking points and whatever. It's just going to be echo chambers of the same fucking shit. And what's really sad about that is not only is that going to be what everybody's using, and if you go look on any website, like generally any website in any industry about anything, and you go to the blogs, you can very much tell. Like Google's algorithm might not be able to tell, but you, with a human being with eyes, and the ability to read, you can tell that shit is AI. And maybe it's more noticeable to people who work in it, like myself, or than other people who don't like read a bunch of blogs and read a bunch of internet content in general. But every website's doing it. Even if you go look on like really big websites, like even just their like the language in the layout of their like homepage and stuff, you can tell is not written by a human. And they're getting so lazy, like the people who are making these sites and stuff. They're not even deleting the elements that make it look AI generative, like the fucking emoji. The emoji epidemic of ChatGPT must be fucking stopped. And that's what also is frustrating, is like these companies who are making these big websites and shit and whatever and writing these blogs and stuff, it's like they're not even using their own like AI bot that like their company built. They're just using ChatGPT, like the free version of ChatGPT. And it's just so like, it's so fucking obvious because all of their sites say the exact same fucking thing. All their shit looks the exact same. They have all these goddamn fucking emojis because for some reason ChatGPT and AI just loves fucking emojis, because I think from the AI standpoint is like that looks more human because people use emojis, right? It's casual, it's whatever. But nobody in a professional setting is using fucking emojis like that often, if at all. You know, it's like, it's very weird. The rock, if you see the rocket emoji, if you see the 100 emoji, if you see the fucking flame emoji, if you see the check mark emoji, it was written by ChatGPT, babe. Like, it's so clockable. That really long dash that like we don't use ever. Like, I've never ever used that ever, but it's like, it's basically a dash that's like 2 dashes in length, but there's no space between it. That's written by AI. If you see that, it's just like shit like that where it's like even the biggest companies that, you know, who have the biggest budgets are not paying to have people write these things anymore. And that's aside from people not getting access to like real information anymore, it's the fact that this is the first like big example of like quote soft skill jobs that are being eliminated because of AI. And copywriting is boom, it's gone. It's over. Nobody's going to be like hiring for that position anymore because Google doesn't require you to rank. So like nobody's going to, and it's so upsetting. And I think marketing departments, which sucks for me. It really sucks for me because as somebody who works in the creative side of marketing, like it's scary, like job security wise, because I know, and you know, and people who give a fuck about like quality and, you know, original ideas and all this stuff know that like AI fucking sucks and you can tell and all these things, but like companies with money, they don't give a shit. They don't care about the quality of their copy or their videos or their like music or like nobody cares because all they care about is money and like what's the cheapest route, and marketing is a big spend on all these companies, and that's the first thing to go all the time. I mean, it's a field that has been historically dominated by women, number one. At the end of the day, AI is misogynistic, and you can fight me in the fucking like ether about that, and I will bring a fucking sword and a sniper and a fucking grenade because I will win that fight. At the end of the day, AI is misogynistic as fuck. The first jobs that they came for are jobs that have been historically held by women. It's a way to push women out of industries that are like roles predominantly held by women, you know? I mean, it's like, look at like music industries with like vocals and stuff, and people are using like AI artists to create like songs and like sampling like vocals for women. And you look at that first like AI actress or whatever, it wasn't a man, it was a girl. And why? Because they want to exploit women for free. Nobody wants to pay women because we live in a world where women are valued less than men, where women are valued less than fucking animals at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you look at the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Hello? If Jeffrey Epstein was fucking a dog fighter and was like abusing animals and not women, this shit would have been leaked a long fucking time ago, and everybody would have been arrested and everybody would have been in jail. And if our president was a dog fighter, he would have been held to a higher standard than the fact that he's a rapist. And I will never, ever, ever, ever argue about that because it's the fucking truth. People care more about dogs than they do women. Why do you think all of our nicknames have to do with fucking animals? Because we are seen in that same regard, if not less. Why is a woman called a bitch? Why is a woman's vagina called a pussy? Why are when men acting like babies and losers, why do we call them pussies, which is what we call cats, which is what we call women? AI is rooted in misogyny. I will not elaborate. Oh my gosh. But you know what? That is not what today's club meeting is about. And I'm sorry I took it there. Woo, I got heated for a moment. But sometimes I just like, I think especially since I'm working in the world of technology, I just look at it and I'm like, what is the point? You know, at some point we have to just step back and say, what are we trying to optimize for? Like, why do we need to keep, quote, optimizing? Why do we need to keep cutting the cost of X, Y, and Z to, you know, keep our profits growing year over year, to keep up with inflation and to fight against, you know, cost of goods and people's salaries and all the shit? It's like, at some point we are going to crash and burn, and we are hitting that point. And we're putting all of our eggs in the basket of AI. And at some point, it's going to like just blow up in our faces. And whether that's our planet exploding or whether that's, you know, companies like running themselves into the ground over all of this. Because it's not artificial intelligence in the way that like we think it is. It's literally just code. It's a copy paste machine. It's a plug and chug machine. It's not able to think of things and to fucking create from nothing. Like, it's not what it is. It's not intelligent at all. So, I mean, the downfall of it all is inevitable. I mean, you can only optimize in so far. You can only, you know, grow your profits so much until it just backfires in your fucking face and blows up. And I fear we will hit that at some point in my lifetime for sure with AI. We are, even YouTube, like just look at YouTube, like every algorithms and this idea of optimization has ruined the platform, has ruined creativity because it punishes creators for diversifying the type of content that they make. Because the moment that they stop making the thing that gets them the views and they start making something else, the algorithm like punishes them by taking them off of like a promotional standpoint, because it gets confused, because it's stupid, because it's not smart. You know, it relies on consistency. It relies on this plug and chug method of like, okay, every week you post this podcast, great, and this podcast is what people want to see, and then you post a video of you playing video games. What the fuck? I don't know what to do. I'm gonna hide you and just push you away and not show you to anybody. I mean, look at Instagram. It is the worst fucking app of all goddamn time because it doesn't know what to fucking do, because it's dumb. The way that it's built is stupid because they've built it for profits and not for the UI of you and me, the UI of you and I. They took the you and I out of UI. Fucking put that on a t-shirt. Instagram fucking sucks. And like, you see it with every app. It's like you can't escape what you're currently looking at. The moment you try to find something new, it's like, oh, you saw this video one time, I know you're gonna love every single fucking video that this person made. And it's like, maybe I do, but maybe I only watched that one video. Now I don't want to get promoted all their other stuff, but that's all I'm seeing now until I just find somebody else. It's like, it sucks. And that's why it's so hard on YouTube to grow right now. And we're kind of in this era of like, nobody really subscribes anymore because there's no benefit to subscribing, because like, you are only going to see what you're currently watching. Even like, I'm subscribed to like a lot of people because I subscribe to everybody who I engage with because I want them to have more subscribers, you know? I still, if I go to my like recommended, it's still just the same shit that I watched in like the last two videos that I saw, you know? It's like, whatever. That's not what this episode is supposed to be about. Sorry, at this point I'm ranting and raving, but to be completely transparent, I did not take my medication today. I haven't taken my meds in like a week because I'm almost out, and I keep getting a message from I only have 3 left, and I'm trying to save them for like when I actually need them. And I keep getting messages from my pharmacy being like, your thing's on pause. So what I'm assuming is happening is like there's a shortage at my pharmacy or something. And so they keep being like, your medication's on pause. But now it's saying it's in progress again, and it should be ready on Friday. So fingers crossed, because it's been a struggle to get anything accomplished. Anyways, let's get into what this episode is really supposed to be about. Club meeting. You see? That's just what's happening. Fun fucking facts. Not fun facts about fucking, but maybe an episode for another time. But I'm not the best person to deliver that information, as I have not had sex in 4 years, at least. So I don't think I should be the bearer of that news. I think I should be the maybe recipient. Maybe I could learn a thing or two. Maybe I could learn a thing or two. You might be wondering, what am I drinking? An energy drink, and it is 5:00. So tonight's gonna be awesome. Except the thing about me is caffeine does not affect me in that way. I get almost like calm when I drink caffeine. It's very odd. And yeah, it's just my fucked up brain. Let's get into some fun facts. This week on the Instagram. So every week on the Instagram, I ask you guys a question, you write in, we talk about it. But this week I decided to ask you guys some cool facts that you know, some fun facts that you know, because I wanted that to be the main focus of this episode. Although it's 30 minutes in and we haven't even touched on it yet. Classic. Classic. I'm a classic, man. You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic, man. What happened to that guy? That song was a song for sure. So I asked you guys some fun facts, but I thought before we get to your fun facts, I found this article. I wonder if it was written by AI. It's from the BBC, so I really hope not. It says it's by Todd Saunders. By Toby. Just kidding, Toby Saunders and Tom Haworth. And it's called 121 Random Fun Facts That Will Blow Your Freaking Mind. So let's fucking blow our minds together, shall we? I thought this would be a good, like, soft launch into it. So let's just see. Let's go through all 121. I'm just kidding. Let's look through some of these and see. Identical twins don't have the same fingerprint. I did know this. I don't know why I knew that, but I do know that. This is because environmental factors during development in the womb, umbilical cord length, position in the womb, and the rate of finger growth affects your fingerprint. Huh. I did not know that. You know, I don't really know a lot about twin culture, twin lore. I don't really know about twin stuff. I feel like everybody in school had like a pair of twins that was like in their grade or something. I had twins in my grade. They were girls. Well, actually, yeah, pair of twins in my grade. And then in the grade below me, there was a pair of twins, but they were fraternal, obviously, because one was a girl and one was a boy. But I wasn't friends with either of them. Like, I wasn't really friends with them. So, like, yeah, I didn't really get in on the twin lore. But I feel like with twins, it's like they exist in the same friend groups. You know what I mean? Earlobes have no biological purpose. While they are rich in nerve endings and may play a role in social bonding, many scientists argue that earlobes don't have a true biological purpose. I mean, they definitely have some sensitivity to them, if you know what I mean. That was a sex joke for people who like their earlobes bit and shit. Yeah, the earlobe. See, I do like earlobes because I love earrings, and I have 3 piercings on my right ear and 2 on my left. And I want to get more, but my earlobes aren't that big. And I want to get my cartilage pierced, but I'm also scared because my earlobe piercings took so fucking long to heal. And I also think I've developed some sort of allergy to like metals, where every time I wear earrings that aren't like really good quality, my ears feel like they're getting infected and they'll bleed. So I don't know. Anybody know anything about that? There is no such thing as 0-calorie food. Even low-calorie foods such as celery and watercress contains more energy than the body needs to process them. What about Diet Coke? Is that 0 calories? Do not tell my mom that. Do not tell my mom that there's calories in celery. That is like fucking almond mom final boss information. Did you know there's calories in celery? Don't let her know. Animals can experience time differently from humans. To smaller animals, the world around them moves slowly. Compared to humans, salamanders and lizards, for example, experience time more slowly than cats and dogs. This is because the perception of time depends on how quickly the brain can process incoming information. Wait, so does that mean like... Wait... Sorry, I got stupid for a second there. Wait, does that mean that like because they're smaller and their brains are not as good, that's why things are slower? Or is it the opposite? Let me know in the comments. I'm assuming that's what that means. Interesting. Most people stroke cats the wrong way. Research shows they often just tolerate it for the food and attention. The safest spots: under the chin, the cheeks, and the base of the ears. The worst: their belly, their base of the tail. Yeah, everybody fucking knows that. No cat is like... Cats will let you know. Cats do not tolerate getting their stomach rubbed. They will fucking bite you. Yeah, I am the type of person who, like, with a cat, I am never touching anybody's cat unless, like, their cat comes to me. With animals in general, I am never, ever, ever that person who's going to, like, go after the animal. Like, because I think about... I'm like... you know, the final boss of empathy. I just like put myself in their shoes and I'm like, I would not want this giant beast, aka myself, to come over and just like touch me and pick me up like that. Ew, no. So like, yeah, with all animals, I'm like that. I just kind of sit and wait and let them come to me. And it's always worked in my favor. Animals, I've never been around an animal that doesn't like me, and I've never been around an animal that's like scared of me. Because I don't ever force anything. I'm just like, whenever you're ready, queen or king, you know, I just like let them do its thing. Because yeah, I just like, I don't know. I think about like if I was them and like how the difference in size and stuff is like scary. Also because I'm really scared of really big animals. Honestly, like anything that's bigger than a person really scares me. And if that thing came up to me and like tried to like touch me, I would probably like have a heart attack. So I just think about it like that. Like a cat compared to a person is so small, and that's probably so scary with like some big beast coming up to you trying to like pick you up and rub you. Like, I don't know. So yeah, that would be my advice for that. Oh my God. Chainsaws were first invented for childbirth. It was developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of symphystomy, widening of the pubic cartilage, and removal of disease-laden bone during childbirth. It wasn't until the start of the 20th century that we started using chainsaws for wood chopping. And that is another thing that I could talk all fucking day about, is how barbaric women's healthcare treatments are, and women's like examinations and everything. Like, it truly, like, that is a conversation for a different club meeting, but genuinely, like, all of it, like the things that we use during a pap smear, the fucking machine that does a mammogram, the way that childbirth is done in a way that is so full of pain and stress and like going against like gravity in the position that they sit you in that makes it easier for the doctor and not for the woman themselves. Like all of it is so fucked up. Like genuinely, like it is so fucked up. And if it was men who had to do all of these things, I promise you, like it would not be that barbaric and it would not be that torturous and horrendous. It's crazy. I was actually like watching this girl on TikTok who I guess she is like, she's a doctor of some sort, but her like specialty is in like pleasurable childbirth and like this whole concept of like childbirth in like ancient times and like in certain like tribes and stuff throughout time was about pleasure and like the way that the clitoris is like shaped in your vagina is like in a position to where like if pregnancy is done quote correctly, like it should be like almost like satisfying for you and like climactic and like orgasmic, and we have stripped all of that away because of, you know, conservatism and people vilifying women's sexuality and like all this stuff. And it was just so interesting because I took a sex class in college and we learned about like all different types of like childbirth and all this stuff, which also, mind you, instilled a fear in childbirth in me that I've had since I was very little. Like I've always kind of been really afraid to have a kid. Like to be pregnant in general has been something that I've always had a fear of. And I don't know why. I was never like around like pregnant people or anything. Like I don't know why it was so scary for me, but it still is to this day. I don't like when people are pregnant. I'm like, congratulations, but I don't like it. Like that sounds fucked up, but like I don't like seeing it. I don't like when people are like, oh, you can touch my stomach. I don't like it. Like even my nieces, like when my sister-in-law was pregnant, I never had this like urge to like touch her stomach or like seeing it like when the baby's moving inside. Like I don't like it. Like it freaks me out, and it's like scary to me to think about ever becoming pregnant. Like I genuinely don't think, like when people are like, oh, I just want to experience it because like, you know, what would my cravings be? I'm like, I never need to know. I can distend my stomach extremely well. Like I can stick my stomach out really well. I know what I would look like pregnant. I don't need to feel it. Like my periods are horrible. Check that box. I don't need to know what my cravings are. I like weird food already. I don't need to know. You know what I mean? It's like all these things where people are like, I want to know. I'm like, I don't care. I don't need to know. I never need to know. But yeah. So the fact chainsaws were used to give birth, I don't doubt that. Like from the dawn of time, people have hated women, you know, because women are fucking incredible. And I mean, just look at the Bible. Like, why was Eve blamed for shit? And why was it that like Adam came first when women create life and, you know, it was birthed from the rib? It doesn't make fucking sense. It was a religion created to make women feel like pieces of shit because men were mad that they couldn't create life. Let's be so fucking for real. So, I could talk about that all day too, girl. Okay, let's see what you guys said. Actually, here's some of my fun facts. Fun fact right now, this is very... God, I keep getting all these fucking telemarketers calling me. This fun fact is very pertinent to the here and now, to the way that we are living our lives today, because I hate to break it to you if you don't know. If you have, quote, ladybugs in your house, especially right the fuck now, those are not ladybugs and you need to kill them, okay? Because what those are Asian lady beetles, okay? They are not ladybugs. They are a species of mimic insects that are mimicking the way that ladybugs look, because ladybugs are really fucking gross apparently to birds, and they hate them. They taste bad. They taste sour and bitter and gross, okay? So birds don't eat them. So over time and through evolution, other bugs have learned, oh, if I look like that bitch, nobody's gonna fuck with me. Same with monarch butterflies, right? There are a lot of butterflies that look like monarch butterflies because of the same reason. And ladybugs people like, because ladybugs do a lot of good in terms of like, they eat mites off of crops, and they are good in that sense, the same way spiders like can eat a lot of bugs, right? But Asian lady beetles, no. That is like an invasive like pest species, okay? So if you have those in your house right now, you need to kill them. You do not need to keep them alive and set them outside, because what happens is they secrete this like pheromone scent thing that is like a call out to the whole squad to say, hey, pull up, this is the crib now. So everybody pulls up. And that's why it's like it'll be one part of your house where they just keep coming and you're like, what the fuck is going on? It's because they're releasing this smell that is letting the whole town know, this is how we get in this bitch. Like, come on. So you need to kill them. Don't smash them. Try to like spray some sort of like bug killer around the premises, and then when they die, like vacuum them up or like sweep them into something, and then like clean that area. Okay, they're not ladybugs, so don't feel bad about killing them. They are invasive species who are like, dressing up and disguising themselves to get y'all's empathy, but in reality they're really bad, and you need to kill them and get rid of them. And they are especially bad this year. So that is my PSA. I've been dealing with them. My brother was telling me about how he has, like, they're at my parents' house. Like, they've been seeing some of them. And he's like, yeah, I just put them back outside. I'm like, stop doing that. Kill them. And I'm very passionate about this because I took a entomology class in college, learned so much about bugs, traumatized me for forever. And now I know more about insects than I ever need to ever. Like, bugs is not even the correct term because, look, I just know a lot, and I'm not a bug expert by any means, but yes, kill those things. They're not ladybugs. They are imposters. Next thing, red velvet cake is not just chocolate cake with red food dye. I hate when people say this because I very much love red velvet cake. It's one of my favorite cakes is if it has cream cheese frosting. If you don't make red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting, just don't make it. It needs the cream cheese frosting, but it's not a chocolate cake. If you took the red dye out of red velvet cake and you looked at it, you would be thoroughly disappointed with the color of the cake because it's not chocolate cake. It's literally I don't even know how you would describe it. It's a cake with buttermilk and vinegar, and then you add like 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Okay, there's like hardly any cocoa powder in the cake. It's not a chocolate cake. I hate when people say that because it doesn't taste like a chocolate cake. Like, if you were blind and you took a bite of red velvet cake with no cream cheese frosting, just the cake by itself, I don't think you would say this is chocolate. I think you'd be like, I don't know what this is. It's interesting, because it does not taste like chocolate cake. Another fun fact is that Joey Fatone in the Pop music video for NSYNC was actually not in the portion when they were doing the choreography part, and he actually had their choreographer stand in for him because before they filmed that, he had an accident on the toaster, which is like the thing that artists stand on that like they're like under the stage and then it like pops up and then they like jump out of it. Well, his leg got caught in it, so he like fucked his leg up, and so he couldn't like walk or stand. So like in that whole music video, if you watch it back, in the part where they're doing the choreography and dancing around, that's not actually Joey, that's their choreographer. And in the whole music video, you'll notice he's always sitting down and there's always like a bunch of people around him because he couldn't stand because he had crutches and fucked his leg up. So that's also a fun fact that nobody cares about, and a lot of people probably already knew, because if you watch the making the video of the Pop music video, you would already know that because they go into great detail about that. But the new gen NSYNC fans probably don't know that. The new gen, babe, that band is 30 years old. Okay, let's see what you guys said for your fun facts. I'm dying to know. Ecuador is called Ecuador because it's on the equator. I don't know. I believe that. I believe that's true. Is it true? I bet it is. Let's Google it. Why is Ecuador called Ecuador? It's the Spanish word for equator, according to Google AI. Wow, and according to Wikipedia. Cool. I think I've definitely heard that before, but it's good to be reminded of the fun facts. Your heart skips a beat when you hiccup. I've also heard, well, actually, I didn't know that about hiccuping. I thought that was a when you sneeze. Does your heart skip a beat when you hiccup? Question mark? Oh. Google AI says, yes, a hiccup can influence the heart's beat. Girl, what the fuck does that mean? So I think I don't know if it skips a beat, but according to the Journal of Applied Physiology, they explored the linkage between the cardiac cycle and the timing of recurrent hiccups in 10 patients with chronic intractable hiccups. Does your heart skip a beat when you hiccup? Yeah, it says it doesn't. But it can cause a brief temporary change in rhythm. So, yeah, not to shit on your fact, but I think that's wrong. Does your heart skip a beat when you sneeze? Because that's what I'd always heard. No, it doesn't. It doesn't skip a beat when you sneeze either. So I think we've all just been told a bunch of bullshit information. Which is okay. And that's what's also fun about facts, because sometimes it's good to fact check. Maybe that's the lesson. Is the facts. The facts are the friends we made along the way, maybe. Yoda and Miss Piggy share the same voice actors, two absolute divas. I did not know that. Interesting. Oh, Kirby. Oh, Kirby. I don't even know what Miss Piggy sounds like anymore. I haven't seen a Muppets thing in fucking... Oh, Kirby. Oh, yeah. Let me listen. Hold on.
I'm old enough to know better not to say.
I'm old enough to know better not to say. I'm old enough to know better not to say. I'm old enough to know better not to say.
Said 25.
Yep.
Plus 25.
I didn't say that.
I said.
I didn't say that.
Miss Piggy.
There's only one Miss Piggy. And she is moi. There's only one Miss Piggy. And she is moi.
You are a diva. A divine diva.
I just want you to look there.
I just want you to look there.
Yeah, I think... Yeah. Give me an accent and I'll fucking... Or not an accent. Give me an impression. I can do it.
Kirby.
Yoda.
Oh, do not. There is no try. Do.
Do or do not. There is no try.
If so powerful you are, why leave?
Why leave? If so powerful you are.
Yoda and Miss Piggy voice actor. Google it. Frank Oz, a British-born American puppeteer and filmmaker. Wow, cool. That is super cool. Fun fact I learned for you. Okay. It used to be called the jump lane until your mom jumped on it in 87. What? Girl, literally, what does that mean? Am I stupid? Is that a your mom joke? It used to be called the jumpoline until your mom jumped on it in 87. I don't get it. I don't get it. Am I stupid? It used to be called a jumpoline until your mom jumped on it in 87. Oh, okay. I get it. It's like a your mom joke calling your mom a tramp. Like a tramp. Like a slut. Like an old school slut. A lady and the tramp. Trampoline. That was a good one. The thing about yo mama jokes is like over my head, you know. They used to call me idiot before I stupided too close to the sun in 98 when I was 1 year old. Yep. Milk has different fat percentage based on its species of cow that produces it. Whoa, I did not know that. So what is the cow that, like, I know, like, you know, I know that there's different types of cows for meat. Like, you know, that's why it's called like Angus beef is like a type of cow. So like cows that do milk, I am assuming those are like dairy cows, but I don't know what that means, you know? What's a dairy cow? Like, what's the difference between a dairy cow and another cow? Titties. I asked my husband and he said, yeah, dolphins in the ocean don't know who's the president. Wait, what? I asked my husband and he said, yeah, dolphins in the ocean don't know who the president is. I guess that is a random fact. Did you also know that dolphins are like very sexual? Like, they're like, I think they are a species of animal, which, not that dolphins are the only other mammal that has sex for pleasure, but like they do. Like, and I know there's other species of mammals that do as well, other than like breeding purposes, but like, yeah, I'm pretty sure dolphins have sex for pleasure, and I'm pretty sure that they'll like sexually assault each other, which is really fucked up. Like, I don't know. Dolphins also are like one of those animals that are like kind of scary to me because of how much of their brain that they're able to use. Like, I don't know. They kind of freak me out, to be honest. Like, people back in the day, like, I remember when I was like young, dolphins were like, people loved dolphins. Like, that was like a lot of people's favorite animal. For me, always kind of creepy. Like, I didn't really fuck with them. If you've ever seen like a river dolphin, I don't know, I think that show Deadliest Catch. I don't really fuck with ocean things. Like, the ocean is scary to me. And also I'm afraid of animatronics in water, and dolphins are like, again, back to the big animal thing. They're too big. I don't like them. They freak me out. Yeah, I'm not a fan. So yeah, there's that. Whales, same thing. Like, I like the concept of a whale and I like the concept of a dolphin, right? The reality of existing in the same water that those are in is terrifying beyond belief for me. Like, the thought of being like stuck in the water, honestly, even the thought of being on a boat and there's a whale underneath me is like so scary that I would probably have a heart attack. But yeah, like the thought of like being in the water by myself, like just without any sort of flotation device, and like a dolphin being around me would, yeah, I think that would also like send me into a spiral of panic, and I would probably die from fear. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I did the stingray thing one time where like you go, you know, to like a sand bed in the middle of the ocean. It's like a tourist thing, and they like throw a bunch of chum in the water, and they're like, look at all these stingrays. Isn't this awesome? No, I was having a panic attack, and me and my mom had to go back on the boat because I was like, did not fuck with it so hard, because I was like, this is so scary. Like, I don't need these animals like touching me. Like, I don't know. I love animals, but like, I also like very much understand like the food chain. And also, I grew up in the world of Steve Irwin being like killed by a stingray. Like, I'm not taking my chances in fucking like Cancun with no, like, get me back on the boat. I don't want to be here. This is fucked up too. I feel like this is bad for them and their ecosystem, for us to just be like hanging out in the water with like these drunk idiots, like fucking throwing chum all over the place and letting stingrays crawl on us. Like, I don't know, I don't fuck with it. It's scary. So anyways, yeah, that's gonna conclude this week's fun facts. Comment your fun fact if you didn't send one in. And again, no club meeting next week, so I hope everybody has a lovely Thanksgiving, but I will be putting out a YouTube video tomorrow at some point, probably not until later in the day / night / yeah, it's gonna be pretty late, so watch it on Saturday. But anyways, love you guys so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys not next week, but the following week, and enjoy your Thanksgiving. Bye.
The Girls Club, the Girls Club, the Girls Club. The girls club, the girls club, the girls club. It's my club and I'm a girl, yeah.